I think a lot of people, regardless of what I just did, right? A lot of people forget that I am a trained actor.
What did he say?
So one of Dale's biggest defenses when he gets any amount of criticism is that he's a baller and he makes all this money and he makes more money than people's parents and he's living life so lavishly and he doesn't have to work and all these things, to attempt to deflect any kind of criticism he receives because it hurts his feelings so much that people call him out for his misdeeds.
Nigga, I'm a fucking boss, you bitch ass niggas. I get money. That's why you niggas are on my dick, cause you jealous. Nigga, I don't even have to go to work no more.
But what in reality, he actually is quite poor. You see his living conditions. One of his flatmates lives in the fucking living room. I mean, there's a bed in the living room. It's miserable. He lives like a bum. He doesn't have a proper bed frame. His bed is on the ground right at sea level. I mean, if he had an earthquake, he'd be knocking his head against the floor. It's embarrassing. But I mean, what I wanted to do was kind of take a look at everything we know about Dale and do some estimating and do, some quick number crunching to see if we can come up with an actual number for how much money we think Dale makes and how much he has at the end of a year. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, essentially what I've done here is I've compiled a few web pages with all of the natural expenses that an adult man would have in the state that he lives. He says it all the time, California, with the jobs we know he has. He said he worked at GNC, so we know he works at GNC, as well as with his merchandise sales, his stream revenue, his AdSense, all that from Google, to see if we can kind of get an idea of what the numbers look like in actuality and what he actually is taking home. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go through each and every one of these things and then tally it all up, add it all up, and then get you an exact number of how much the bomb bitch Dale Wilson makes. So let's go ahead and start with intake. Let's start with how much money we think LowTierGod, aka Dale Wilson, aka bitch, brings in every year. So what we're going to do here is going to pull up a web page, right? Or pull up our web pages that we already have up and go through everything that essentially what I have is, let's start with his merchandise sales. All right, so in terms of merchandise sales, this is his website, Big Cartel, or his whatever he's selling here. We have jerseys that he sells for at most $50. If you don't get your name on the back, it is $40. So it's $40 to $50, whatever. So we got jerseys. He's selling these multiple times a year. Sometimes he has other bullshit. It looks like it's just jerseys right now. So let's say he only sold jerseys, right? So let's go $50. Let's say in a year he sells 200 jerseys, right? So that's $10,000 in merchandise sales. So he might sell less than 200 jerseys in a year. He sells some other merchandise. I think that's a safe bet. So that's $10,000 already. Not bad, not including his other things. So we're already at $10,000 with just jersey sales, right? Fine, whatever. That's not, big man money, but we'll see what it adds up to in the end. So then we go to the Glassdoor website, and essentially with this website, you can see what jobs pay people for certain positions in a company. So we have GNC where he works. We go to sales associate because he's cashier, part-time cashier. So here it says in GNC, a sales associate on the low end makes $7, high end makes $20. Let's say it's on the low end. This is California, yeah. Low end, he's making $9.57 an hour. And part-time, let's say he works 25 hours a week. So that's 9.57 times 25 hours a week, and that's $239. So he's doing that part-time, and let's times that by 52. Times 52 for 52 weeks in a year, that is $12,441 in just part-time job work. So, that's not bad. We'll add it all up at the end. So this is just average, right? So that's what his take home is from there, if we're going based on the average amount that a part-time worker would work and how much that they would take home. So let's switch over to Social Blade, where you can look at a YouTube channel and look at the statistics. We have LowTierGod pulled up here already. And let's move over to this page. Oh, that's me. Oh yeah, a little bit of an aside. So with Social Blade, they will project where they expect your channel to be based on its growth in a certain amount of time. So for Dale to hit 100,000 subscribers, they expect that to happen in 706 days. Congrats, Dale, whatever. For me to hit 100,000 subscribers, they expect that to happen in 577 days. I think that's hilarious that I am projected to hit 100,000 subscribers before Dale is. I probably won't, but I still think that's fucking hilarious. But moving on, let's go to Social Blade and see his user summary. So this is what is going to give us kind of an idea of how much he makes. So estimated monthly earnings between $48 and $763. Estimated yearly earnings between $572 and 9.2K. So let's be generous, right? We're going to be generous. We're going to say he makes $9.2 thousand a year. So on the high end in ad revenue from the videos he posts, and he doesn't post that often. So it's more likely on the low end. So let's go ahead and put that into our little equation here. 9.2K. All right. And now for the last thing we're going to add when we're adding up all the money he brings in, we're going to guess how much he gets in donations and people paying for matches on stream. From we receive a lot of high top donors, a lot of pay pigs. Let's just go ahead and just be generous and add another $10,000 into his salary for random donations and things like that and people paying for games. So if we add that up, adding merchandise, 10K, to his part-time job, $12,441, to his YouTube ad revenue, 9.2K, and then an estimated another $10,000 in donations. So another 10 grand, that is $41,641. Not a bad take home, right? That's not a bad take home. That's a decent amount of money coming in every year, but not in California, actually, because the cost of living in California is fucking, astronomical. So that's kind of shit for California. Actually, you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and type it. Average salary, California. The average salary in California is $63,000. So he's well below the average in terms of the median. Well, isn't that something? According to this, whatever. I didn't even have that in mind. Whatever. So now what we have to do from that is subtract all of his charges that he has in his life, because he has to pay for shit, right? You can't just take home that 41,641 and just be okay. You have to pay for shit. So now let's look at the average housing costs in California. So on average, the monthly rate is about $1,240 a month, and he lives with a flatmate, so let's go ahead. $1,240 a month divided by 2. $620 a month. Yeah, we can round that up because you have to pay for insurance, renter's insurance and all that for wherever you live. And then you have to pay for electricity, so let's add electricity and maybe water and gas. I don't know how that works in California. So let's just say $700 a month on that. So subtract that, $700 a month. So 700 times 12 is $8,400 a month. Or a year, sorry, in just housing expenses. Not bad at all, not bad at all. So then car insurance, he has a car, he has to pay for car insurance. So let's see the average cost of car insurance in California. Car insurance, the average cost of car insurance in California is $70.12. You know, not bad. So let's say he has the average car insurance payment, $70.12. That times 12, because he has to pay that every month, $841.44. So now it's racking up. Now there's another thing I hadn't thought of until right as I sat down to watch the video. Average amount spent on food per month, California. So the average cost of food per month for one person is about $375. It can range from anywhere to $200 to over $700. So let's say on average, he's spending $375 a month on food, whatever that may be. $375 times 12, $4,500 on top of that. Subtract. And then another miscellaneous expense here. His car payment, because his car's not paid off. He's still financing that car. Let's say he has good credit. He probably doesn't, but let's say he has good credit. And he got a decent car. Let's just say another $200 a month. That's pretty generous. $200 a month for a car payment times 12. $2,400 for a car payment. And then miscellaneous. Let's say he buys a few games here and there. He buys maybe a new gaming chair, some clothes for himself. Miscellaneous charges. So much. Let's look up how much that would be. So it says the average American, as of May of 2019, spends about $1,500 a month on non-essential items. That's a lot of money. That doesn't sound right. I'm going to say another $200 a month. Let's just say another $2,400. $1,500 a month on non-essential items? People don't even make that much every 2 weeks. That's like a whole fucking paycheck. That doesn't sound right. Let's just say $200 a month. All right, so it's another $2,400. So now we're going to go ahead and add up all the things that we're going to subtract from the main number, right? So $8,400 for housing plus $841.44 for car insurance plus $4,500 for food plus $2,400 for car payment, and then plus $2,400 for miscellaneous things. So that is $18,541.44. So let's go ahead and take that, right? Minus $41,641, which means at the end of the year, his take home after all of his expenses are $23,099.56. Now let me ask you a question. Does that sound like the salary of a baller? After all of his expenses, $23,000 is left. And who knows what else he has to pay for? We're being generous with some of these things. Is that a baller's lifestyle? Is that someone who's out here making big money? Behave yourself, Dale. You